Hey everybody, it is Wealthy Wednesdays. I'm your host for this evening. My name is Tajiana Ellis, also known as Taji. I am a Queen Care consultant as well as the academic coordinator for the Life Enrichment Group. And welcome to another episode of Wealthy Wednesdays. Today we are in episode 4 of our series. It's all about get your scores up, and we have an awesome special guest speaker that will be joining us very shortly. So if this is your first time tuning in, this is Wealthy Wednesday. So this is basically, we just like to say thank you for being here with us. We hope here at Queen Care, we have a very simple premise on which we operate, and it sums up in our tagline, which is indulge, engage, and uplift. We indulge in self-care practices using our wide variety of products made with natural ingredients. We engage with one another, building the communities where we live, work, and play. And we also make it our business to uplift others along the way on this journey called life. So Wealthy Wednesdays is simply an online health initiative focused on learning and relearning how to properly care for ourselves in the different areas where we can experience wealth, mind, body, soul, and financially, because right now it's all about securing the bag. Okay, so here we are now in our third season of Wealthy Wednesdays, and it's all about the money. Okay, so that is basically what we're on, securing the bag. So there are so many ways that you guys can stay connected with us. If you missed our previous episodes, we've had some really great guest speakers and really great topics. So you definitely want to go back and visit us on our Facebook page, which is right here where you probably are at. You can like and share this video. And then also you can follow us on our Instagram, Queen Care Products _1, and you can follow us there, and it has all of our previous episodes as well as our products and everything like that. Then you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, and all of our videos are there as well, and you can just basically stay connected with us in that way. Last but not least, you can also visit our website at www.queencareproducts.com. So that's it. Those are all the different ways you can stay connected with us. And we just appreciate everybody for staying connected with us for this long. All right. So as always, we always have our question of the day. So today's no different. Today's question of the day is, what is one thing that you really want to know about credit? So today is all about get your scores up, boost those scores up. So that's about credit. So the question of the day is, what is one thing that you really want to know about credit? And we have somebody here who is a really good, great credit expert, and that will be able to help us with that. So we want to make sure that your questions get answered. One thing that I think I just really want to know about credit is honestly, just making sure like I am positioning myself with my my scores, and if I should pay everything down versus if I should, do it over time, like a all outright payment, or should I do it over time? I guess it's essentially what I'm saying. So that's the question of the day. So you guys put in the comments what your question is, or what things that you want to know more about credit. Go ahead and put that in the comments. And so we can make sure we can read that later on. So today's topic is boost your scores up, and we have the credit expert himself, Devin Stubblefield. So we're super excited. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring him in right now. He's joining us. Hello.
Hey, good evening.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Miss Monica, doing all right. How you doing?
It's actually Taji.
Taji, where's my? Oh, okay.
It's Taji. Me today. It's just me today, but thank you for joining us.
Oh man, okay, it's all good.
Yes. So we so appreciate we have Mr. Devin Stubblefield here. Devin, can you just give us a little bit about before we get into the question, just give us a little bit about what you do and who you are and everything.
Oh yes. First of all, thank you for having me here tonight. And
yes.
It's amazing that you guys asked me to come, because this is what I do. I am a financial coach and trainer. I do this for organizations all over the country, And, you know, my thing is, as a financial coach, you know, I really want to make sure that everybody has the right information and the information that's going to actually work. Okay, because there's a lot
Yes.
of information out there. But what I do as a coach and as a trainer is to make sure that, you know, we dispel the myths and we bring the truth, and we help everybody, you know, get on track to whatever it is that their financial focus is. And that's what I do. And so I've been doing it for a long time. I actually worked with Miss Monica at the Urban League years ago. And
Oh,
and
awesome.
so it's just really just amazing that, you know, it's all coming around full circle now. So she invited me to be here tonight, and I'm just glad. So thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much. That's super awesome. So we're so excited. We do have some questions. And then if we have any questions in the comments, we'll definitely be sure to make sure we ask. So one of the first questions that we wanted to ask is just, it's a basic question, but you know, all of us, sometimes you just need that reminder. So how does credit work?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get it. No, let's get back to the basics, right? I get
Back
it.
to the
So
basics.
first of all, okay, back to the basics. Yeah. So credit, you know, it's really just, it's an extension of money, if you would, okay, that a creditor, a lender, a bank, a department store gives you based on what they believe your payment risk is. That's where the credit reports come in.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do, they extend you a certain amount of credit that you could use up to a certain dollar amount, and then expect you to pay it back. Now, here's the thing. How credit works is that you actually get the account, you use the account, and then you start making payments. And that's how credit works, because it's the payments, the activity that gets reported, and what's reported actually translates into a credit rating and or a credit score. And so that's how it works. That at the basic level, that's what it is.
Okay. See, that's what we need though, because sometimes you have to go back, you know, to the basics so you can move forward. So I love that. Thank you for making that super simple and plain. So our other question that we had is just, what is the best mix of credits?
Oh, I love the question. I love that question because it's different for everybody. You know, I mean, I guess, you know, you could say that just get what you can, but, you know, we could be strategic about it. And so what I always say is the best mix is the one that makes the most sense for you. I say to do what fits in your lifestyle. Everybody don't want a credit card, right? I mean, and that's just being real. Everybody don't want one, but you can get a charge card and build credit with that. See, there's a difference between a credit card and a charge card. So some people could do, like, a charge card would be like a gas station card.
Okay.
Okay, like you go to Shell or Chevron, you know, they got gas card. You can get a charge card that you can only use at that gas station. So that's what a charge card is. Here's another example. Amazon. Amazon Prime Store has a card that you can only use in Amazon.
See,
right?
I didn't know about the Amazon. I don't know if that's good that I know that.
Yeah, that's what's up, right? Right. And then you got staples, like, you know, like the office supply store. You can go down there and get a card that you use for that store. So those are charge cards. And of course, we got the traditional credit cards. But here's the thing. When we talk about a mix of credit, we got to have a mix of credit cards or charge cards. Now, both of them fall into the category of revolving credit, because once you use it and you pay it, you can use it again. That's what revolving means. But you got to have another piece, which is an installment credit, which is like a loan, a personal loan, a car loan, a mortgage loan, a student loan. Those are installment loans. So when we talk about a mix, if you have a mix of revolving and installment accounts, that's what's going to boost your score. Now, I know some people either have a car loan and nothing else, or some people have a credit card and nothing else. And so, and the score will probably only go up to a certain amount. But what I'm saying, based on the question you asked, now I'm glad that you asked that question, because we need to understand, we need to have a mix. So get a mix of both installment credit and revolving credit. And then, and again, the mix based on your lifestyle. You know, wherever store you shop at, that's the card you get. You don't go out and get a card somewhere that you're not going to use, or it's going to tempt you to go and use it on other stuff and then put you up way in debt. You know, use it on stuff that is part of your lifestyle, and that's what makes it work.
That is so good. And I hope people have their paper and pens, because that, you know, that this is the stuff that we need to know. This is what we need to know. So thank you so much for that. So our final, my third question is, and then we do have a couple questions in the comments, which is really exciting. Yeah. But before we get to that, the other question is, what are some ways to improve your credit, and what tools can you use to monitor and improve your score?
Okay, so here we go. I love the question too. So here it is. First of all, let me say this. I'm going to answer your second question first, and then I'm going to come back, and because we could talk about improving your credit, because that's a more detailed answer. But first of all, when we talk about monitoring your credit, there's all kinds of tools out there. I know that you've heard of like Credit Karma, okay, CreditWise, credit.com. And then there's MyFICO. Now, this happens to be my favorite one, MyFICO, and I'm going to tell you why. Because what this does, FICO, first of all, is the agency that actually created the credit score. So Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, they get their information from FICO, and then they create these scores. But here's the deal. FICO has an app, and they have a situation where anybody can order their direct reports from FICO, MyFICO. I'm putting it in the chat right here for everybody.
Oh yeah, put it in the chat. Thank you.
And then here's the deal, because not only do you get the credit score, the most recent credit score, but you also get other factors. They have a simulator in there. They have all the different variations of credit scores, because sister, there's like 10. There's like 10 variations of score. Because like right now we're on FICO 9, which is the 9th iteration of credit scores, but then there's FICO 8, there's FICO 5, FICO 2, and all of that will show up on the report. And why is that important? Because when people go out and do certain things, like to go buy a car or go get some furniture, you don't know what, first of all, you don't know what credit bureau they're going to pull the credit from. And number two, you don't know which FICO score model that they're using. So MyFICO has all that stuff in there. I recommend doing that. Now, for monitoring. Now, let's get into actually how to improve your credit. Okay. Now, this is where it gets a little fun here. So here it is. Everybody, you got to get good stuff going. So think about this. Get good stuff going. That's how you can build up your credit. Even if you had jacked up credit from years ago or whatever, something happened, you know, don't worry about that. It's what we do now. It's almost like the credit scoring models are like, what have you done for me lately? I mean, that's kind of like how it responds. Yeah. And so here it is. What I want you to do in terms of building your score, first of all, you got to think about, what do you need to do? You need to improve it, or do you need to repair it? Okay, there's two different things. Are we improving credit, or are we repairing credit? Okay. If we're repairing credit, that means we're trying to mitigate the negative stuff that's on there. So the first thing you got to do is make sure that your report is being reported accurately. If there's anything wrong, anything incorrect, anything that needs to be corrected or deleted, do that first. Okay, get that out the way. Okay. Then what we do, stop the bleeding. That's basically what I'm saying. Stop the bleeding.
Okay.
Stop the bleeding, right?
I like that.
You know, yeah. And then what we're going to do, now we're going to start thinking about how we can get better. And so now, this is what I tell people. Go to your bank or go to your credit union, wherever you do your banking, and get a secured credit card. Now, you can put $300 down as a deposit. They'll give you a credit card for the same limit. Or if you got more, you can put $10,000 down if you wanted to. I mean, there's no limit of how much you can deposit, but whatever you deposit, that's what your credit limit is. They just start you at 300. Here's my point. You do that, use the card, activity, make the payments on time, boom, your score is going to start rising, okay? That's one method. Another method would be become an authorized user on someone else's account, like somebody that you trust, family member, a spouse, significant other sister, whoever that's got good credit on an account, and then they make you an authorized user. And here's what happens. All their good payment history for that card comes onto your credit report. Boom, instant increase in your credit scores. Okay, so that happens there. Okay, yeah. And so my point is that there are ways that you can do this and make it work for you. Now, here's something I got something else for you guys, but I thought about this and I want to make sure you guys got value from me being here tonight. Here is a website, creditcards.com. Go to that website. You can pick a credit card based on where your score is. So depending upon where your score is, they got a card for you. So if you don't want to go to your bank or credit union, go to that website. You'll see a whole list. All the credit cards are there, and they will tell you, you just pick the card based on your credit score, and they'll tell you your odds of approval. Do it, boom, you're in there. Okay, so that's what we can do to help build our scores. So yeah.
Yes, this is so good. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Yeah, one final thing I'll say is this. Some of you probably are thinking that, you know what, I don't want to get into debt. I want to have good credit, but I don't want to go into debt. No problem. There's a way you can do it. There are credit builder loans. Okay, so a credit builder loan, check this out. They have a scenario where you go and say, well, how much a month can you pay? You might say $50 a month. Okay, for how long? You might say for a year. Okay, $50 a month times 12 months, that's $600. So basically, they'll give you a loan for $600, but they're not going to give you the money. What they do, they set you up on the payments because you don't want to go in debt, right? So they set you up in the payments. You pay that $50 a month. They report it to the credit bureau, and after the 12th month, guess what? They send you the money at that point. So you build credit without going into debt. And you also, it's almost like you're developing a savings pattern at the same time. So it's a double whammy. So anyway, so that is one of the most recent trends. We talk about modern day credit building, credit scoring. This is what we're doing. And I put a link in the chat for that as well. And then finally, I'll say, I know y'all been watching those commercials on TV, Experian Boost, right?
Yes.
If you watch football, they always come on during the football game. Experian Boost. Well, now here's what you got to do, folks. You go to Experian's website. I'm not sure if I got the link here, but here's what happens. They will actually attach, well, you have to give them permission to attach your bank account. And they're going to look at your utility statements. And based on your payment history with your utilities, it could boost your score instantaneously. And so that commercial that you see on TV is real. That happens. So when we talk about credit building, that's what you can do. So any one of these methods that I just rattled off, I know we're going a little quick, but if any one of those methods will definitely help you to get that thing done and get your credit scores up. So
that is awesome. We're putting all of these websites in the comments so you all can go reference back, and then make sure you share this video that you reference back to this video. Take notes of all of this great information. I do see that there's a couple questions in the comments. So I want to make sure those questions get answered. Hey, Miss Debbie. Miss Debbie says, how does canceling your credit card impact your credit score, or does it?
Okay, it depends. Okay, so when you cancel your credit card, if you close the card out, and that card has been actually helping your score up to that point, when you take it out of the equation, it's not going to help you no more. So it could potentially stop. You know, whatever that card was doing to help your score stay up goes away. So I would say if your scores aren't where you want them to be, I would not close it out yet. I would pay it down to 0 and keep it open so that you have the credit there, and keep it open so it continues to report active. Okay, so keep it open, because if you close it, it's gonna have the opposite effect. Okay. So yeah, great question. Great question.
That's a great question. Thank you, Miss Debbie, for that great question. We have another question, actually from Miss Monica. Hey, Monica. And so she says,
hey, Monica.
Right? So she asked, what about if someone adds you as an authorized user onto their business credit card? Is your score affected?
Yes. Okay. So that's what I was explaining as a authorized user earlier, but you're talking about as a business credit card. Here's the deal. Any credit history that is on that existing card, once the authorized user is on the account, that information flows to their credit report, and yes, it's going to impact their score. We're talking about, well, if the payments were made on time. If that account is good, then the good payment history will also go into the other person's credit report. Now, the opposite is true too. If there's a hiccup, and that hiccup happens, it's going to go on both credit reports. So just gotta let you know, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways. Okay. Okay.
Ways. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is really good information, and I'm hoping that you guys, like I said, have your pen and paper, because this is great information. And one thing I think for me, I liked how you broke down the difference between needing a credit repair versus needing just what was it? The credit
building.
Credit building.
The
difference
credit
between that, I think, is key, right? Because in my mind, I thought they were the same, and so you broke it down. So I don't know who else out there also had the same, but
Yeah. Well, think of it this way: if you repair something, you're fixing something that's like broke, or that needs something else. When you're building, you're actually, okay, I got good foundation here, now I'm gonna build it back, I'm gonna build it up. So that's the difference. So the approach is a little different, but ultimately they both work the same to get you to a higher score. But just, you got to think in your mind, what am I doing? Am I repairing old stuff that's messing me up, or am I building with new stuff to go ahead and move into my future? So that's where you got to look at it.
Okay, that's an awesome way to look at it. I have a couple more questions that people are putting in the chat, just to make sure before I let you go. So a question says, can you add a child as an authorized user to build their score early?
Yes, but let me tell you something now. It depends on what state you're in. Okay, so the child has to be of legal age to enter into a credit card. Okay, so some states that's 14, some states it's 18. You got to check with the state that you're in. Matter of fact, when you call your credit card company to do this, ask them what the minimum age is the authorized user needs to be, and they'll tell you, because they know. But to answer your question, the answer is yes. You can do a child as long as they can be legally put on the account, and you're good to go. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Absolutely.
So that was a great question. These are some great questions. And then the last one that I see is, what if you never use the card? Like, if I'm assuming they're saying, like, if you have a credit card, like, what if you never use it?
Okay.
I think that's what they're asking.
Here's the deal. Use it at least once. All right. Because what some companies will do, if they see like a year of inactivity, they will either reduce your limit, or they will simply say, we're closing the card out. So just do something one time, every now and then, and pay it right back off. But don't let it go with a year of inactivity, because you don't want them to shut you off because you're not using the card. But you don't have to like go crazy with it, but just do something for like $10 or $20 and pay it right off when you get paid. Do it like that versus just doing no activity. That way you still get credit. Because remember, the very first thing I said today when it talks about credit, it's all about activity. And so if you've got some activity going, you're golden.
Love it. This is so good. I'm seeing in the comments that how people are saying that this information is very informational and it's great information. Monica said, thank you so much for coming today. Let's see what else I have in here.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, someone I think was summarizing and saying that create a great account for their son so that they can have great credit score, and then I have to pay it on time. I think they're just summarizing like what you were saying.
Yeah.
So we got some really good nuggets. Is there anything else that you want to share with us before we let you go?
Well, hey, I just think the more you pay attention to it, the better. And that's what I encourage everyone to do, is just really just stay focused on it. I happen to, I just recently published a book, a 90-day financial planner that you can get on Amazon, called Advance Your Prosperity. And it's really geared towards helping people to pay attention to their credit and get out of debt and track it. And so I just totally admonish everybody to do that, because here's the deal. If you don't drive it, it ain't gonna drive itself, okay? Your credit scores are gonna be totally based on what you can do to make sure that things are going. You wanna think about, what do I need to do to get to 700 or 800 credit scores? Think about, I gotta build, I gotta have activity, I gotta do these things. And so if you do that and track it, then it's gonna help you out. It's gonna really work. And so when I created that planner, I just put the link in the chat, it really, really helps you do that. And that's what I say for everybody who's trying to build up their credit, get that done and you'll get some great results.
Love it.
So thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
You can definitely come back anytime.
Okay. Just let me know. You know, I appreciate it. And you guys are doing a great job securing the bag. That's what's up. So thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
All right. Well, have a good evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. You're welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Y'all, that was so good. I really hope you all got your notes and your nuggets and you wrote it down and everything like that. It's really good. So yes, we just really appreciate you, Devin. Thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge about credit and really breaking it down. And so we're just excited. We definitely will have to have you again. So that was so awesome. So you guys know we're towards the end of the show, but I hope, again, you got something from it. You learned something. I hope that you share this. You like it, you comment, you follow us, you subscribe, you stay connected with us. We have some exciting things coming. But before I even mention the fact that we have exciting news, I want to do our youth spotlight. Leah, she actually was not able to come in person like we normally try to do, but I do have a video. So I'm going to share that right now in just a second. All right, so this is Leah, so I'll let her introduce herself, actually.
Hi, I'm Leah Mulugeta. I'm in the 12th grade. I go to Cleveland High School, and how Young Queens, Queen Care, and the college tour have helped me is because in each thing, I've learned something different. Because in Young Queens, I've learned it's a sisterhood. Because Young Queens wasn't only an advisory, because, like, what advisory do you know that would go to California? Or go on, like, college tours? Like, it was more than just an advisory. And with Queen Care, what has helped me is that it was just a lot. I don't even know what to say. Because Miss Monica showed me that she gave me the chance to, like, her being an entrepreneur itself just showed me I wouldn't want to work under someone because of how good and how, like, her business is doing and how, like, she's just, like, up there she is. And she gave me a chance to be, like, that is, like, something that I just seen that I'm good at. And that, like, helped me, like, see that I might just want to pursue in that, which I might do, which was very helpful to get even an experience like that, which is very, like, I'm amazed, because that was, like, an amazing thing to just have an experience, which is very helpful. And with the college tour, I really did not think that I would actually be interested in any of the colleges. I just went to go to California and think that I would have. Because now, like, Cal State is one of the colleges that I really want to go to because of business. They have a good business program. Yeah, I literally just, yeah. And everything I've been doing right now has just been really helping me through, like, things right now. I've been taking, like, only, like, AP classes, but throughout all that, like, I just feel like, and, like, working just, like, has always been, like, I just feel like, and, like, working just, like, has always been, like, everything right now is really just going good for me. Like, yeah. So, yeah. Bye.
You heard it first, y'all. Everything's going good for Leah. Leah, we're so proud of you. We're so happy for all the things that you're doing. We're so excited that you're a senior. So crazy to believe that I met you when you were a freshman in high school. Now you're a senior in high school. Time is just flying by. But y'all, you know, this is what we do this for. We do this for our young people, and we're so proud of all of them, all of those who have been in our programs over the years. So that's what we do it for. And a portion of the proceeds of all Queen Care products go back into our programs, like the ones that Leah mentioned, our college tours and young queens and all of that. So we're so excited about that. Speaking of excitement, we have a couple of major announcements that we can't say yet, but you want to stay tuned. That's why you want to stay connected with us on Instagram, on Facebook, on our YouTube channel, because there's some exciting things happening and you want to be in the know first. You want to be the first one to know, right? Right. So thank you all for tuning in. We're so appreciative. Monica sends her love to you all. As you see, it's usually myself and Monica, but it's just me today. So I thank you all for still tuning in with us. Thank you again to our guest speaker, Devin Stubblefield, with that great information about credit. Thank you to our young queen, Leah, representing Cleveland High School in Seattle. We're so proud of you and so excited. But yeah, you all stay wealthy. And until next time, you want to stay tuned to next week because it's all about from renting to owning. So we're going to have a special guest. So you want to stay tuned with us and see what it's all about. Our 5th episode in Secure the Bag. Bye. Signing off.